Good morning, friends. I hope you guys are well. I asked you if you wanted to see my mom weekly meal prep for the week, and a lot of you said yes, so that is what we're gonna do today. I have meal prepped for multiple years at this point, but full disclosure, this summer when my kids were home, I maybe meal prepped 1 week out of the whole summer, and I honestly noticed a huge difference in just my overall health, my happiness. I do so much better when I have that healthy routine of meal prepping. So I want to share that with you guys because it doesn't take a ton of time. It truly saves money and it makes life so much easier because you know what you have ready to go. And I'll talk to you about my tips and my tricks so that I don't feel like I'm eating the exact same thing every single day. I will get into all of that with you. If you're new, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. Life update, we still don't have a microwave or an oven, so we are gonna get creative today, and this is gonna be a microwave-free, oven-free, healthy mom meal prep for the week. Let's get started. Before we start cooking, I want to walk you through my planning process and just some tips and tricks on meal prepping. So it can feel a little bit overwhelming if you've never done it before. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be complicated. You're making food for yourself, so it's okay if it's just something super simple, especially when you're just getting going. Super simple idea for you. Grab a rotisserie chicken, grab a salad kit, there's your lunch for the week. You can put it in a jar. I've shown that before on my channel. I'll try to find a video of that and I will link it for you guys in the video description box. I'll try to throw some of my meal preps. I do have a playlist of my meal preps in there, so I'll put that link for you to give you all of the ideas to make life simple. So here's what I do when I plan. I think about what I'm craving. I go on Pinterest. For some reason this week, chocolate and cherries was my craving. You know your girl has a sweet tooth, so I am always thinking about something sweet. So I am gonna make a dessert with you guys today that incorporates chocolate and cherries in a healthier way. So I think about what I'm craving. I'll look on Pinterest. There's tons of ideas on there, and if it's something that's not so healthy, I'll find a way to give it a healthy twist, but still satisfy that craving. I never want to deprive myself. I want to have cravings and feel like I'm meeting that, because if you're not doing that, if you're depriving yourself, if you're trying to go into too much of a deficit, you're gonna pay for it later on. It's gonna be a slippery slope. Somebody can only sustain that for so long, so I'm always somebody that looks for balance. I want to have the foods that I want, especially on the weekends with my kids. We wanna do Saturday night takeout, and I don't wanna feel like I have to order a side salad for my dinner, so I try to eat healthy throughout the week with my meal preps, and then I indulge on the weekends, and I feel like that's the perfect balance for me and what works for me. So when I plan my meal preps, I think about what I'm craving. I'll add whatever I need to my grocery order for our family pickup on Mondays, and I do my meal prep on Mondays, and it will be for 4 days. I can't make a meal prep on Monday and eat it for 7 days straight because I get sick of food. I have never been able to eat the same meal for an entire week. I also feel weird about meats going longer than 3 to 4 days. So I meal prep for 4 days, and that will get me to about Thursday and Friday. And then I'll do a mini meal prep for the weekends. I like to indulge, like I said, for takeout dinners and things like that with the family. And the way that I balance that on the weekends is I have a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch that I've meal prepped. So we are gonna do my 4-day meal prep today. I'm gonna grab all the ingredients for our first recipe. I will put all the recipes in the video description box for you. I'll also throw them up on the screen when we're going over it. I'll give you a quick overview of how I make it, talk to you about storage and things like that. But the number one thing that will save you time is to get out all of your meal prep containers and as many ingredients as you possibly can ahead of time, because then you can just knock out that meal prep. All right, let's get started with breakfast. Quick side note, I should probably mention that all of these recipes, what I'm aiming for is high protein. So when I put the ingredients up on the screen for you each time that we make something, I will also include the protein count per serving. I am aiming to get at least 100 grams of protein a day. So I'm trying to incorporate that as best I can in my food versus just drinking a couple of protein shakes. So we're getting creative and finding ways to get that protein. So that is something I just wanted to note if you're also aiming for high protein as well. Okay, for my breakfast meal prep for the week, I'm gonna make some chocolate peanut butter overnight oats. And so for the oats that I like to use, I do the Kodiak brand because as I mentioned, I'm trying to get as much protein as possible, and this has extra protein inside of it. I'm gonna add some chocolate protein powder to it. This tastes really good and it gives it enough sweetness that I don't feel like I need to add maple syrup or honey or anything. If you aren't using the protein powder and you're just gonna omit that part, I would add some maple syrup or some honey to these just to give it a little extra sweetness. My milk that I'm gonna use is unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I'm gonna add some chia seeds for those extra health benefits, and then I'm gonna add some peanut butter to the very top of it so that you can get that nice peanut butter flavor every time you scoop into your overnight oats. All right, let's make it. If you want to avoid spilling oatmeal all over your counter and having it be a little bit of a less messy process, you can certainly get out a big bowl and mix all of the ingredients in the bowl and then portion it out in your mason jars or whatever container you're using. I just don't like to have extra dirty dishes to clean, so I'd rather just clean off my counter really quickly and just do single portions when I'm doing this. Just a quick note, the reason I love overnight oats is because you can customize them any way that you want. You start with the base of the oatmeal and the milk of choice, and then just add whatever mix-ins and toppings you want. If you don't like a cold breakfast, you prefer hot oatmeal, you can take that jar in the morning and just microwave it. And all of a sudden you have this nice, healthy, hot oatmeal breakfast, especially on those cozy fall and winter mornings. I just love hot oatmeal. So highly recommend these overnight oats. Any fillings you want, whatever you prefer. Chocolate and cherries would be good in this one. I've done a peanut butter and jelly one before. Like I said before, I will link my meal prep playlist because I have definitely given some other options and ideas for these overnight oats. Quick tip for you guys, clean as you go. So as I'm getting dishes dirty, when I'm done making the meal prep, I put them in the dishwasher before I move on to the next thing. So breakfast is done, it's in the fridge. You definitely need to store your overnight oats in the fridge, and I will put that in the recipe for you in the video description box. So we are gonna move on to a little bit of multitasking for lunch because what we need for lunch is also part of what I have to make for our family dinner tonight. We're having a turkey chili in the crock pot. So I'm gonna just kind of double dip and get two things done at once. So I'm gonna grab all the ingredients for our lunch. I'll tell you what we're gonna make, and then I'll also talk to you about how I'm going to save some time while also prepping dinner while we prep our lunch. It's all about saving the time when you're a busy mom. All right, let me get the ingredients. Today we're working smarter, not harder. So let me talk to you about the shared ingredients. I have some lean ground turkey, still a little bit frozen. I did thaw it overnight, but I'm gonna go ahead and cook 2 pounds of that. And then I like to just do frozen chopped onions. Talk about a time saver. It is so nice to do that. So I'm gonna get this cooking in the skillet. Then I'm gonna take half the meat, put it in the crock pot for our family dinner tonight. Add the beans, the tomatoes, the chili seasoning packet, and then I also like to add a ranch seasoning packet to our family chili. So then dinner will be ready to go for tonight. And then I'll take what's left in the skillet, so the pound of meat with the cooked onions, and I'm going to add some of this Primal Kitchen Korean style barbecue sauce. It is so flavorful, so high protein, so healthy. So I always love to take like a protein meat base and just add a little bit of flavor to it with some type of Primal Kitchen sauce. I like the G. Hughes brand, that's low sugar, so give it some flavor. So that's my main protein base. And then in my air fryer, I'm gonna cook some baby carrots, some butternut squash that I had left over from my meal prep 4 days ago. Get those going. I do a little bit of extra virgin olive oil with a little bit of garlic salt, so we'll get that cooked up. I thought I couldn't do my rice because it's a microwavable pack of rice, but technically this rice is already cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my bowls that we're gonna put in here. And then when I reheat it, you're probably thinking, Trisha, how are you gonna reheat this lunch if you don't have a microwave? Well, I have an air fryer, and so I'll put it in the air fryer to heat it up. I'll show you, I have these little pouches of parchment paper that I put in the air fryer to keep from having to clean it. And so I'll just throw the whole bowl in there and heat it up, and we'll be good to go. We are improvising here. It's kind of like parenting. All right, let's cook. Okay, I keep referencing this magical air fryer, so I'll just show you guys what I have. This is the Ninja. It does air frying, it dehydrates, which I've never actually used before, the bake feature. So here's my temporary oven, and then it also roasts. I have had this for over 3 years. Absolutely love it. It's really big, so when you open it up, you can see it also has a grill pan if you're doing burgers, so love this thing. It is truly saving us right now not having an oven. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this heated up now, and I'm gonna go get my vegetables prepped, and then we'll get these cooking, and then we'll go ahead and go to the skillet after that and get the meat ready to go. While my half-frozen ground turkey is thawing on the skillet, I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to the reason why I have to have half-frozen turkey in my meal prep. I wanted to do a sausage sheet pan meal with veggies for my meal prep, thinking I was gonna have a working oven today. Yesterday they came to deliver and install this beautiful oven microwave combo. Unfortunately, it's like a ½ an inch too tall. Your girl measured the space, I think 8 or 9 times I measured. The front was the correct size. The cutout of our cabinets was not, but we don't have access to the cutout, so there's no way to measure that. As the guy told me, we did nothing wrong. It's just one of those unfortunate things. So as I told you in previous videos, if you've been following, if not, welcome to the saga. If you're new, we have a Whirlpool microwave oven combo. The cutout is smaller for the Whirlpool than basically any other brand out there, so we have to go with a Whirlpool for our new one. So this guy is gonna be returned hopefully soon. We're about to be in Labor Day weekend, so I think it's gonna be a part of our family, just a nice decor piece for the next 5 to 7 days until Costco can come get it. And so we had to go with Lowe's because the only oven microwave combo for Whirlpool that Costco sells right now is the one we currently have. Don't buy it if you're shopping for one. I will never buy this one again. It's fancy, it has all the features, it's touchscreen Wi-Fi, but that's the problem. The electrical touchscreen breaks all the time. If you Google it, you will see that, but we didn't Google it before we got it, so just a cautionary tale for you guys. So we are going with Whirlpool again. This one gets better reviews, so hopefully they can redeem themselves with me with this new one, but it's gonna take probably another 5 to 10 days for us to get this one gone and get the new one delivered and installed. So we're making it work here. We're making it work. All right, let's go check on the turkey. You truly don't realize how much you use something until you don't have it anymore. Isn't that kind of like everything in life? We take things for granted until we don't have them. And I'm talking about our microwave. I apparently use our microwave all the time. I know that I use it to reheat my coffee in the morning as I'm trying to help my kids get ready for school and chug the coffee at the same time. So now I'm really chugging my coffee because I know I don't have a way to reheat it. And yes, I could put it on the stove. We still have a working stove and all the things. We're very lucky. I'm just joking when I complain because it is not that hard to improvise and figure out how to use not have a microwave and an oven. And I'm very fortunate that we have this air fryer combo and our stove. So we are certainly not starving over here. The meals are fine. It's easy to improvise, and it's actually kind of fun to get creative and think what we can make without these things. I think the only thing that my kids are missing is the oven pizza that I typically make when all of their friends are over and I'm scrambling to find something that I can feed a lot of kids quickly with. I decided to add the rice to the skillet because I wanted to go ahead and just eat this. We were getting close to lunchtime, so I wanted the rice to be heated up. I am all about that microwave rice life. I just think it makes life so much easier. I do quinoa packets in the microwave as well, so there's a little tip for you. All right, let's get this lunch prepped. had enough in the lunch meal prep for 5 servings, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this while it's hot because we all know I can't heat it up in the microwave. And then my plan for the remainder of the days is to use those parchment paper pieces that I have, throw it in the air fryer, put it on bake, and cook it for a few minutes in there. So I've got a plan for the weekend. Let's do a quick taste test. So good. I love the Korean barbecue Primal Kitchen sauce. It's so tasty. They have a Greek one, a Greek marinade that I do with chicken that's really good. I love their mild buffalo sauce that they have. It's like a sweet, mild one. So many possibilities with the Primal Kitchen brand. I also love G. Hughes, which I mentioned. I'm trying to think of any other ones that I recommend. I think those are my 2 main ones, but grab a sauce, grab a lean, healthy protein, put them together, and it is such an easy meal prep for the week that is healthy, high protein, and very filling. All right, I'm gonna eat this really quickly and then we'll get to dessert. Lunch was delicious. Something I wanna share with you guys, if you are somebody who doesn't like to eat the same thing day after day, you can make that ground turkey meal prep part and just do the ground turkey, get your protein. And there's a couple of ways you could eat it. You could add it with rice and veggies like we just did it for our meal prep. You could take a tortilla, put that ground meat in the tortilla with some cheese, throw it in your air fryer or your oven or your skillet, make like a quesadilla out of it. You could also get, I like to bake Tostitos. Those chips tend to be like lower in the stats. You could cover those, put them in your oven, bake them, have some nachos. So lots of possibilities with that protein base so that you don't feel like you're eating the same thing every day, but you're only having one meal prep for the main ingredient. All right, time for my favorite part of every meal prep, and that is dessert. I have a massive sweet tooth. My entire life I have been like that. I always look forward to dessert at the end of the day. Since I know that about myself, I try to plan ahead and have something that's healthier and higher in protein, because that's also gonna fill me up overnight and I'm just gonna sleep better and just feel better in the morning. Here's what we're gonna make. I bought the wrong type of Jell-O pudding. So I usually get instant, but I somehow got the cook and serve one. So I made this earlier today. It's just a chocolate pudding. I think pudding is such an underrated dessert. It is delicious. Let me know in the comments if you love pudding as well. I got the 0 sugar one just to kind of keep the count down, but you could just buy the regular one. I am not somebody who typically likes the no sugar, 0 sugar, because then I feel like a lot of added stuff is put in there. That's not the healthiest, but this is what they had at the grocery store. So I got the 0 sugar this time. So I made the pudding ahead of time. What I'm gonna do, also what's good about protein, the pudding is you use milk. So there's extra protein already embedded in it. So I'm gonna make a parfait. I'm gonna take my chocolate pudding, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the parfait. Then I'm gonna add some Greek yogurt on top of that. The Too Good brand is my absolute favorite. It only has 2 grams of sugar. They have a 0 sugar version as well, but I prefer the taste of this one, but it's high in protein, so that will be my next layer. Here's another key ingredient. The very top layer, we are gonna put some frozen cherries. Make sure the cherries are pitted. Most frozen cherries are pitted. Just always proceed with caution, but I'll do a layer of frozen cherries on top. It's all gonna sit in the fridge. These will thaw very quickly, and what's so nice is when the cherries thaw, their juices start to come out and they're gonna get into that vanilla yogurt. So it's gonna be this beautiful blending of chocolate and cherry and vanilla all in one. Cannot wait to eat it. It's gonna be so tasty. I'm gonna grab my more of my mason jars. That's gonna build them in, and we're gonna get this made. There's a little bit left in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of that now. Let me know in the comments if you also have a sweet tooth, and feel free to share your go-to healthier dessert that you like to have in the evening. Let's help each other out. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this meal prep, let me know and I will keep them coming. I'll probably try to do one every single month. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. If you're new, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having the best week ever, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye, friends.